There we go. What is up, everybody? Bear with me. This is my first live stream, and it looks like I'm alone. Sad life. But that's fine because I had a feeling there was going to be, maybe little to no people joining. And in that case, I'm going to just make this video an evergreen video. Treat it like a normal live video I would have done had it not been this kind of live. Meaning live, me in the flesh as opposed to just audio. Gonna treat it like a channel update, special thank you, and I'm gonna tell a special personal horror story of mine. And if nobody comes in live, oh, there we go. We got people coming in now. Miss Amy, what is up? Dakishimiru Ubu. If you can drop a phonetic pronunciation of your name. I'm also live on Instagram. What up, Matt? Miranda, Matt Dewey. All right, I guess we can just get started. What up, Death Metal? So yeah, I got Instagram here, and I got YouTube here. So we can just get started. Before I do, a special shout out to a composer named Mayu. I'm bumping his background music right now for ambience. If you're a fan of horror, these creepypastas, odds are you've heard his music before. He's excellent. He makes content royalty-free for content creators like myself. So yeah, we're going to try and keep this short and sweet and to the point. We're going to kick things off with the first t-shirt giveaway. So if you want to win the t-shirt, and we're going to make this first one, what up, Biddy? Dakishimiru. Easy. This first t-shirt giveaway is going to be just for YouTube. Sorry, Instagram. I promoted this for YouTube, so this first one's going to be just for them. To those of you listening on YouTube, all you have to do to win the t-shirt, you have to answer this question correctly or guess it correctly. What up, Don't Trip? The question is, what is my greatest phobia? Now, I'm going to give a hint because that's kind of obscure. It's kind of obscure. First of all, I'm going to write it down so you know I'm not making anything up. Also, if you want a hint, anybody who watched my 16K video where I told the story that happened at my old house, you probably have a good idea what my greatest phobia is. Matt, did we do it? What up, Matt? Other Matt. I got two Matts in the chat. I got my cousin Matt, and then family friend Matt. What up, Matt? Matthew. All right. Yeah. So if you can guess my greatest phobia, and I'm writing them down. I'm writing number 1, and then if you can guess number 2 and 3, and no one guesses number 1, then we'll give it to 2 and 3. But just so you know, I'm not playing any games. I'm writing them down. So all right, yeah, keep the guesses going on YouTube. If nobody guesses number 1 on YouTube and someone does guess number 1 on Instagram, we'll give it to Instagram. But I'm hoping someone wins on YouTube. While we do that, also, I'm gonna do a Q&A after this. So I only have a couple questions. So if you guys have a question you want answered, just drop it in the chat, and I will answer it during the Q&A section. So yeah, drop the questions for the t-shirt giveaway, or drop the answers for the t-shirt giveaway, and any questions for the Q&A. Let's get started with this personal ghost story. So let me set the scene. 2004, I was 14. I was in northern Los Angeles visiting some family. In their backyard, which is a huge backyard, they had a tree house. It wasn't a tree house, it was a fort, because it wasn't actually in a tree. It was built on 3 legs, and they had built it themselves. Now, also in this backyard was a basketball court. It's a very big backyard. Me and my 2 cousins were out there. One of my cousins, his name is Dan, and my name is Dan. We'll call him Danny. I'll be Dan. And then there's the third cousin, Mike. So me and Danny were playing basketball, and it was dusk, so the sun was starting to set. Mike was in the fort. The fort was wired with electricity, and there was a television in there that was able to play PlayStation. So he was in there playing PlayStation. Danny and I were playing basketball. He had suddenly opens the window from the fort and screams at us to leave us alone. Okay? So we didn't know what he was talking about because we were far from him. And then he opens the window and shouts again, "Quit shaking the fort." And we're like, what is he? He's just messing with us. So some time passes. We see Mike jump down because it was like a 10-foot drop. You had to climb a ladder to get up there. He jumps down and he like runs back to his house. At this point, the sun had set. So we make our way into the fort. Again, you get to climb a ladder to get up there, and then there's a small patio. And then you get into the door after an emergency light turns on, a motion detecting emergency light. This is all going to be important for the story. So me and Danny and I were in there playing PlayStation. All of a sudden, we feel the fort starting to shake. We were a little bit freaked out, but we still think it's Mike messing with us like he was messing with us before. So we keep going, but we realize the emergency light never turned on. And if it was Mike, the light would have turned on. So we're in their fort and it's shaking and it's shaking. We start freaking out. We try opening the door so we can leave, and the door does not budge. The door is stuck. And at this point, we're like kind of hyperventilating. We're young. He was younger than me at the time. I think he was 11. I was 14. All of a sudden, we hear like someone's climbing up the ladder, but the emergency light has still not turned on. So we're damn near pooping ourselves right now. And we kind of hide under this table so whoever it is can't see us, but the blinds are shut. My cousin, for whatever reason, he likes to mess with me. So keep that in mind as well. While we hear that ladder going, the emergency light turns on, but there's no one there. At least no one we can peek, like no one we can see through the peeking, like the small holes in the blinds. And we're like frozen in fear. And this is where my cousin, liking to mess with me, decides to try to amplify the situation for the sake of a joke, even though he's scared too. He grabs the cord for the blinds and he yanks it as hard as he can, and the window just goes up. So right now we're looking at like a blank, an empty window, but the light is on, and we had heard someone climbing up the ladder. So we're like both hiding under this table, freaked out, and we from where we are, we can't see the window because it's right above us, but we can see the light shining through the window onto the wall of the fort. And for a split second, we saw a shadow pass by it, but there was nobody on the actual patio thing. There was nobody there. My cousin he almost starts crying. He's like, "Did you see that? Did you see that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw that." He's like, "It's not the first time this has happened." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "This is not the first time this has happened." And I said, "Why did you bring me up here? Why'd you bring me up here?" So at this point, I'm reaching over trying to jiggle the doorknob because I just want to rush past whatever's there. I want to jump down and run into the house. And again, it's a big backyard, so it was far. And kept pulling. Him and I are both pulling the door at the same time. Door's not opening. At some point, I lose it, and I start screaming every cuss I can think of, banging on the door, yelling at whatever is holding the door, supposedly, to open it up. And after I settle down from that, the door just slides open, like nothing has ever happened. And Danny and I, we're out of there. And needless to say, we couldn't really sleep that night. But like the idiots we are, the next morning when the sun was shining, we went back in there. And we had brought his little sister with us. and we're kind of telling her what happened, and she's starting to freak out because she's even younger than him, so she's like 8 or 9 at this point. All of a sudden, I'm peeking through the window, and I can see something in the distance behind a skinny tree. I still remember like it was yesterday, and I'm getting chills thinking about it. Behind that skinny tree, it was like a dark, hooded figure. The best way I can describe it is if you've seen Lord of the Rings. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, the Nazgul, I think they're called the Nazgul. They had the black hoods. It looked like a skinnier version of that. And it was kind of see-through. Like if it was Photoshop, I would put it at 75% opacity, if you can imagine that. And it was kind of hunched over from behind the tree. And I told my cousin, I'm like, do you see that behind the tree? And he said, you're talking about the black thing behind the tree. And I said, yup. And we looked back. And then it was gone. We went back to that fort a few years later, and we spent the night in it because we were older. We thought we were braver. I was so scared the whole night, but nothing happened that night. So whatever it was just that night. And yeah, there's the story. Hope you guys liked it. Let's review the answers for the t-shirt giveaway. Oh, I see it. Someone said it. Someone said the number 1 answer. Let's see. Hold on, I scrolled right past it. Okay, what do we got? We got Bugs. No. Miss Amy. Miss Amy. You got it. You said the old lady. Technically, I was looking for scary old women or scary old ladies. So don't trip. You were a close second. But Amy remembers it was specifically that old lady that haunted my nightmares. And it's reversed, isn't it? Oh no, it's working. Scary old ladies, sharks, and trains. Yes, trains. I'm afraid of getting hit by a train. Okay. So Miss Amy, I will need to connect with you after this so I can get your information so I can get the shirt delivered to you. Oh, by the way, this is the shirt you'll be getting. Nope, too creepy. All right. Moving on. The next question for the next giveaway is, which found footage horror film has scared me the most? Now, there have been several that have scared me, but there's one that made it hard for me to sleep for almost a year straight. If you can guess what it is, you win a t-shirt. So, I'm not going to give any hints this time either. I think just saying it's a found footage is going to, be enough. So, let the guesses fly, whoever gets it first. Right now, we're doing a Q&A. Let's see if anybody dropped any questions. Hello, JX Flores. I told you I would be here. What up, KPW Gaming? Thank you for joining. No questions. I'm glad to see you guys really care. Just kidding. All right, well, if you guys have any questions, just drop it in the YouTube chat or in the Instagram chat. I'm trying to keep an eye on both. But right now I'm going to start with the 2 questions I was given when I called for questions earlier in the past couple weeks. The first one is from YouTuber Me Finelli Sue, and they asked, when and why did you start reading creepypastas? Now, assuming I don't know if you mean reading them for fun or reading them for YouTube. If you're talking about reading them for fun, I started reading creepypastas as they're known in the early to mid 2000s and like the early, I don't know, when the internet was still sort of fresh. And I did it just to scare myself because I love being scared. Even as a kid, I loved being scared. I used to, I can't tell you how much I love those scary stories to tell in the dark books. I used to read those as a kid to scare myself. So creepypastas were right up my alley. I didn't start doing it on YouTube till 2014 because I had the equipment to record audio and I enjoyed horror and I saw other people doing it. So I figured, why not? Also, I like writing horror stories and I figured that's a good way to get my work out there. So that's that answer. Thank you for providing that question. The next YouTube question was from user Ali Olivia. And I'm assuming I shouldn't assume. They asked, was there ever a time a story truly shook you up, leaving you guessing whether it was true or in the realm of possibility? Yes. Yes. There are two stories that really shook me. And I've done one of them on this channel. That one is called, it's literally called, Does Anyone Remember This Pop Song from 2008? I forgot what year I did that. I think it was 2016. It's about a song that caused people to like lose their minds and kill themselves when they couldn't hear it anymore. And it really freaked me out, mainly because if you guys have heard the story already, I don't want to spoil it in case anybody hasn't heard it. I'll leave a link in the description after this video is like archived for anybody who's watching after the fact. But the gist of the story is it's implied that the band who made that song were under the influence or controlled by the devil. And because I'm a man of faith myself, call me crazy, it's what I believe. I believe that a lot of the entertainment industry is influenced by evil forces. And so, yeah, I feel like a song could be made by one of those evil forces to influence any listener, and that did scare me. That made my skin crawl, and I almost didn't even record it because I don't like messing with that stuff too much, but I did, and I'm glad I did. I think it's one of my better videos, so check it out. And then the other one, talking about being scared of old ladies. I haven't done this one because there was so many iterations from other narrators by the time I got around to this channel. I didn't even bother, but I think I might. It's been so long. It's been 5 years since the story was posted to No Sleep, so I might just make my version for this story called "Why I Didn't Shower for 21 Years." Again, I don't want to spoil it, but I will say there's nothing paranormal about it, but there is a creepy old lady, and it freaked me out when I first read it. Really freaked me out. And then if we're talking about like the old creepypastas, the old stories about the haunted Pokemon games, or like the stories of like people being in Lavender Town. If you remember the OG Pokemon games, I never played past Yellow, so I don't know if Lavender Town was part of the newer games. But if you remember the OG Red, Blue, Green, and Yellow, you remember Lavender Town. And the music that played when you were in Lavender Town. There's creepypastas about how it made people lose their mind and like commit suicide, and that freaked me out too. So clearly I'm afraid of music too. That should be number 4 on my phobia list. But yeah. All right. Let's see if there's any more questions. I see someone answered the question correctly. What's your favorite creepypasta? I guess that kind of answers it. It's that it's the shower one. Or Slender Man. But Slender Man as a story never really scared me. The game scared me. The game actually gave me nightmares. I'm talking about the original, the one where you're collecting the pages. All right. Someone asks, are you a gamer? I am a gamer. Wait, I can't find that question. I just kind of saw it. Sorry, I can't see who asked it. Oh, wait, here it is. Death Metal. Asked, are you a gamer? I am a gamer. I actually made a second channel just to play horror games, but I don't really have a lot of streaming technology for that. If there's enough, it's something I really want to do. When Death Stranding comes out, I don't know if you guys heard of Death Stranding. It's made by the same guy who made Metal Gear, Hideo Kojima. And Metal Gear is like my favorite game series ever. So knowing that Hideo Kojima is working on a horror game, I want to play that. And I think all I would need, because I have a PS4, I think all I would need is the PlayStation Eye. So if there's enough of interest in that, I'll definitely be down for that. I would love to play horror games and stream them. The problem is I have a Mac. I only have Macs, and Twitch does not work on Macs, I don't think. So that sucks. You just gave the answer. Sir, you gave the answer. No, I didn't. Reyeet, what are you talking about? What state am I from? I talk about that. I am from Illinois. I live in the Chicago area, which is why a lot of the stories I do are centered around Chicago and the Chicago area and various urban legends and hauntings and stuff like that. So, what inspired you? This is from Nightmare Files. What or who inspired you to start your channel? The first creepypasta channel I heard, I forgot what story it was, but it was Mr. Creepypasta. Yeah, Mr. Creepypasta. He was a guest on a podcast I had listened to, an old podcast called Spill. The site was called spill.com. It's now doubletoasted.com. But they had brought on Mr. Creepypasta as a host because it was audio only. And it sparked my interest. So I went to go check him out. And I was like, this guy's making a living. This guy's making a living telling horror stories that he didn't even write. So I figured I'd give it a shot. I'm very much not making a living right now. Let that be clear. Excuse me. All right. Who inspired you to be a YouTuber? That kind of answers it. I actually have I have a few other channels. Oh, well, one other channel. I have a comedy channel on the side of this because you need to balance like all the dark stuff with some light stuff. That comedy channel is mostly vlogging right now. You can find it if you really want to. It's out there. What genre of horror do you enjoy the most? That's from Madame Molly. I would say the kind that scares me the most is anything with demons, anything with paranormal, just because if it's like a slasher, it's hard for me to feel scared of like a slasher just because they're often like people. And without getting political, I believe in the Second Amendment. So it's hard for me to be afraid of slashers. I can't really be afraid of aliens because I don't know whether I believe in aliens, but I'm not afraid of them. But I do believe in demons. So when I see them portrayed on screen, it freaks me out. That's my favorite genre of horror. You scared of me wanting that tea? Chicago super haunted. Yes, it is. You were one of the first channels I saw within the genre of horror narrations. You're one of the people that inspired me to start my own channel last year. Nightmare Files. Thanks, man. That's awesome. Good luck, dude. You got to stick with it. Have a consistent upload schedule. All right. Have you been scared straight before? What? What are you implying? All right. Well, that's enough of the Q&A. Let's see. I saw someone answered. I wonder if I can do a search. Let's see. The answer to the question of which paranormal or which found footage movie scared me the most is Paranormal Activity. Madam Molly. You answered correctly. And when I say that to people, that movie scared me the most, they're always like, what? It wasn't even scary. Listen, it didn't have a lot of thrills, a lot of special effects, no like soundtrack. It was the simplicity of it. It was the freaking simplicity of it. Scared the crap out of me. Not to mention, I know on Instagram you can see it because it's brighter, but you can't really tell. I guess you can kind of tell on YouTube. I have the same doors that they had in the movie. I'm just saying. So it freaked me out. And then when the second one came out, it ruined everything. I was not even scared anymore because they went too deep into the lore of Paranormal Activity, and that ruined everything. Whenever you something about horror, the simpler it is and the more vague it is, the scarier it is. Because whatever you come up with in your head to fill in the blanks is usually 10 times scarier than whatever a writer can come up with. So when I try to write horror, I do my best not to explain too much because I know whatever's in your head is like scarier than what I can come up with. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So yeah, congratulations, Madam Molly. Again, you and Miss Amy are gonna have to reach out to me, or I'll try to reach out to you directly to get your information to do that. All right, we're gonna give away one more T-shirt. Before we do that, let me just quickly bring up the future of the channel. I'm gonna try to wrap this up soon. So I brought up my comedy channel / vlogging channel. I'm starting to pull back from that just because it gets like barely any activity, and I've given a lot of time into it. To be honest, I was giving more time, like 3 times more into that channel than into this channel, only for it to not grow. And this channel was steadily growing, even at a fraction of the time I was putting in. So then I realized it's like a romantic comedy when like your best friend is there. She's like, I think you should go for the really pretty girl, whatever, the really popular girl. But then you realize the love of your life was in front of you all along. It's you guys. You guys are my personal Taylor Swift song. Okay. So with that said, by like latest October, I want to start uploading twice a week as opposed to just once a week. So we're going to keep Terror Tuesday going. That's always going to be when the creepypastas are uploaded. But I also want to start uploading on Friday. But those Friday videos are not necessarily going to be creepypastas. I'm thinking they're going to be like some occasionally creepypastas, but also I'm thinking film reviews, personal stories like the one I told here, you know, reactions to trailers or reactions to scary videos that are going viral on the internet, stuff like that. I kind of want to hear from you guys. So for the 3rd T-shirt giveaway, if you want to win, it's probably going to be at random. All you need to do is, let's see, I wrote down the exact verbiage I wanted to use. Drop a suggestion of what bonus content you'd like to see for a second upload. What kind of content would you be interested in seeing? Drop your answers. I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick one I like, or pick one at random if I like them all. So yeah. Anything that you guys want to hear on those Fridays? Nah? I have a 3rd T-shirt to give away. I'm just saying. And if not, I'm going to pick a backup. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. More live streams. Crystal, I would like to do more live streams, but it's kind of difficult. I don't know. I'm already running out of content for this one live stream. So, I mean, if I'm gonna do live streams, it's gonna be when I'm playing games. I'd rather just do that. So it would be on Twitch if I do more live streams, unless it's for big milestones like this one. It'll be for Twitch. Read the It book. Well, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have the copyrights to that. Vlog where you visit haunted places. That was actually one of my ideas. Jesus Video Game Master. I actually have let's see, a handful. I have a handful of vlogs on my comedy channel from areas that are haunted. I have one where I'm playing the elevator game in the Congress Plaza Hotel, which is a haunted place in Chicago. And then I have one where I'm calling haunted numbers on a haunted road called Cuba Road. So I would love to do more of those. That's that's good. That's the one to beat. Short original stories after a regular read. Short original stories after a regular read. That's kind of what I do on Tuesday, though. So, Dogman or Slenderman? I don't know what you're talking about, Bitty Bitty. Cool. All right. Jesus Video Game Master. I'm gonna choose you as the third winner because that's a good idea. So good job. All right, y'all. I think that's going to wrap it up this live stream. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. For anybody who's actually subscribed, whether you're new or old, there's so many names I recognize in the chat right now. Bitty Bitty, definitely recognize you. Miss Amy, definitely recognize you. Don't Trip, KPW Gaming. Let's see. Those are the four I recognize right off the bat. You guys are so active and so supportive. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Go live again soon. I might just do that. I had a good time. Instagram, I'm signing out early for you guys. Watch on YouTube if you want to see the archive stuff. Peace. All right. Okay, so to the three winners, again, I'm going to try to reach out to you, but if you can reach out to me first on YouTube, I don't know I think they have a DMing system. That's Miss Amy, Madam Molly, and Jesus Video Game Master. Please reach out to me so we can get those t-shirts to you. Bitty Bitty, I love you too, man. Dude, I love you too. Your icon's pink. I don't want to assume. But anyway, love you, Miss Amy. I love all you guys. Thank you again. Tune in this coming Tuesday for the next creepypasta. But until then, remember to stay safe out there. I'll be seeing you in the next video.